guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is really exciting because today is the Taurus sun sign video. Loyalty, loyalty, loyalty. Today we will be talking about Taurus as a sun sign, and I want to make that clear because a lot of people don't know, and I know that there's a lot of random people that just happen across this video on the internet, so you may not have heard my little spiel before, so I'm gonna go ahead and say it. But if you are a Taurus, you are not only a Taurus, you also have a moon sign, a rising sign, and tons of other placements and aspects of your chart. And I truly recommend looking at your whole birth chart because it is impossible for everyone to be broken up into 12 signs and match those personalities completely. That's not how astrology works. It's just a common misconception about it. So if you're watching today's video and you say, I relate to a lot of this, it's possible you have Taurus in your chart somewhere. Other positions and placements and signs can be way more overpowering than someone's sun sign. For instance, a lot of people relate to their moon sign more than their sun sign. If you want to know more about astrology and how it works, I do have a video explaining that I will put in the description box as well. And an exciting announcement for my subscribers, my merch is officially launched. There have been some of you who have already gotten the first couple Kendall Rae t-shirts and stuff, which is so cool. My line is really unique. I've put a ton of thought and work into these designs. I wanted them to be wearable things that you guys actually find cool. I don't want to, plaster my name and my face all over them. So if there is any logos, they're really, really small and subtle, like almost unnoticeable. And a lot of them don't even have my logo on it. I have a couple different astrology designs. And what's so cool about it is not only do you get an awesome shirt, mug, or hoodie or something, you also are supporting my channel. So check it out. There's a link below for that. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started talking about Taurus. So many of you know that I am a Taurus. I'm actually a Taurus sun and moon, and I am very, very strong in my Taurus personality traits. I've told this story before, but when I was a kid, I got really into astrology because a family friend of ours brought me a book about Ferdinand the Bull because I am a Taurus, which is the bull. Ferdinand the Bull is about a bull that just wants to sit under the cork tree and smell the flowers while everyone else is in the drama, and that's how Tauruses are. Some famous Tauruses are Gigi Gorgeous, Amber Portwood from Teen Mom, Stephen Colbert, Audrey Hepburn, Akon, George Clooney, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Janet Jackson, Jay Leno, Leonardo da Vinci, Tim McGraw, Willie Nelson, Al Pacino, Barbara Streisand, David Beckham, Megan Fox, Chris Brown, John Cena, Joey Graceffa, Casper Lee, Adele, Queen Elizabeth, Megan DeAngelis, Sam Smith, Blac Chyna, Robert Pattinson, Meek Mill, Cam Newton, Trisha Paytas, Rob Gronkowski or Gronk, John Kasich, Marshawn Lynch, Mark Zuckerberg, Jill Stein, Tony Romo, Sprinkle of Glitter, Tammy Hembrow, and Shakespeare. And I almost forgot beautiful YouTuber Loie Lane. So Taurus is an earth sign, and that's why many people describe Tauruses as down-to-earth, reliable, dependable, chill, very authentic, genuine, and we're very just down-to-earth in ourselves, and we have no apologies for being who we are. We are dependable people. When we say we're gonna do something, we're gonna do it. As an earth sign, Tauruses do love the earth. They are often very inclined to nature and find a lot of relaxation and peace in nature. A lot of the times Tauruses like to camp or like to be outside, like to hike, like the ocean. They oftentimes just have to connect with nature in their own way somehow. We are normally very aware of the earth as well. Earth signs in general want to protect the planet.
To create 100% clean energy, clean renewable energy by 2030.
We are also very stable people. We normally don't change it up easily. We are very consistent in other people's lives, our roles in other people's lives. They like their life to be chaos-free, which is not always possible, as we know. When they are in a chaotic household or they feel that their life is chaotic in some way, it can bring out the worst of us, because when we are called the bull, it's not just because we sit in the corner and smell the flowers. We are also fierce like a damn bull.
That right there is the attitude adjustment. And wait for it, I'm about to become invisible. I've disappeared.
We can blow up to the point where you're like, who are you? We're not looking to provoke other people or start fights, but we sure as hell will finish one if someone else tries something.
Shut your mouth.
Hi, Amber.
Shut your mouth. Do you understand me? Shut your mouth. Get the off me. Watch your mouth.
Can somebody please take care of?
We can have bursts of anger and be so aggressive.
Are you still texting bitches? Yes or no?
But it's oftentimes very rare.
But if you've only won Ohio...
Can I finish? I think they're going I'm answering Mike the question the way I want to answer it. You want to answer it?
No.
Here, let me hold that.
You're the candidate.
Let me ask you. What do you think?
I think you should answer the question.
And you may not have even seen a Taurus do this before. When Tauruses fight with someone and the person is someone they actually really care about, that fight will often be worse because we're on the line for love, or if we feel that something's gonna change or someone's gonna leave us, we turn into complete raging monsters.
Pull up in the monster, order my bill, gangsta, hunker. You could be the king, but watch the queen conquer. First thing first, I eat your brain, cause that's what a monster do. Really, I don't give a forget Barbie, Nikki, she's fake. Just killed another career, it's a mild day.
And especially if someone does something to someone we love. Do not try to mess with any of my family or close friends. We are tough, we are very resilient people, but we come across as tougher than we are. Because on the inside, we are very, very sensitive to certain words. Like, we are emotionally constantly worrying about everything, like thinking people are mad at us, replaying what someone says in their head. So that can definitely be one of our faults, is that we take a lot of things too personally. We're just kind of easily wounded. But Tauruses really do not do well in environments where there's constant chaos. They need calm in their lives to be able to function properly, or else they become very chaotic and turbulent people. I used to have a lot more negative qualities and a turbulent personality back when I lived in a more chaotic home. Now my life is very calm, and I make sure to bring calm into my life and to surround myself with drama-free, calm people. And when life is like that, it's pretty good and I'm very happy. But when it's not, I rage. We get super anxious when things are out of control. One thing we really don't like is change. We do not like anything in life to change. Like when my parents got divorced, that was a huge turning point in my life. I could not accept it at first, even though I knew it was what was right. I did not want to face how my new family would be and what things would be like. So all of that change around me threw me into like a serious depression, which will happen to a lot of Tauruses. We often don't like to move. We like things to be permanent. We like to pick a place and stay in it. We like permanence, and we like friends to be permanent. We like relationships to be permanent. That's why we often get married young. Hey, what's up? And we just want things to stay the same. Kind of have the approach that if it's not broke, don't fix it, because we just like things to stay as they are for as long as possible. Even when it comes to like plans, if I've already made plans a certain way and it's my plan, we're big into planning and lists and stuff like that.
I had a list of things, I'm like, man, I'm gonna hit it with bam, bam, bam.
Then it needs to stay that way. And a lot of Tauruses are very resistant to even subtle changes, as in 30-minute changes. And I have to admit, little things like that stress me out. We are stubborn as stubborn gets. I'm sure many of you can tell by my personality that I am very opinionated, and I am very strong in my opinions. It's very hard to change my mind on the things that I think. We tend to be sort of slow moving. We experience life at a slower pace than others sometimes. And we also are very hesitant to newer things, newer ideas and new people even. We'll sometimes cut ourselves away from the outside world because we're afraid of new experiences. Sometimes we are a little, have a little lack of bravery. We don't like to meet as many people. We'd rather meet the good people and stick with them. We're not the type of people that normally have tons and tons of friends. We normally have a couple close friends that we can actually manage and nurture those relationships, and we stick to them. And it takes a lot for a Taurus to let you into like their circle. Like, we are very, very particular about who we want and how we trust people and who gets to be involved in our lives. That's just something that we really, really take seriously. And if you are loved by a Taurus, just know that you are a good person. Tauruses are very responsible. We're very practical people, especially when it comes to saving money. Money is a big thing in our lives, and it causes a lot of stress. Money is closely associated with security in the mind of a Taurus, that you need to make sure that you are financially sound and safe. So we're big savers, we're really hard workers.
And I'm all up in the bank with a funny face. And if I'm fake, I know it's cause my money is
very, very hard workers. We are determined to a fault. When a Taurus sets their mind to something, they will not stop until they get it. If they stop, then they were never fully committed in the first place. And commitment cannot be brought upon by anyone else but ourselves, because honestly, we can be quite lazy when it comes to doing things that other people ask us to do. When it's more intrinsic motivation, it's coming from ourselves, we're able to do it a lot easier. Career is normally important to a Taurus because that financial security portion is so strong for Tauruses. They want to work hard and bring their own success into their life. We need to see our accomplishments in tangible form. We need to actually be able to buy things and see them.
I bought myself a birthday present.
And it was?
A Ferrari F12.
Wow.
Tauruses are often described as materialistic because Tauruses normally have an attachment to material things.
Decided I went on the Gucci website and just really picked a random bag, and honestly now looking back, I have been in Gucci stores since that online purchase, and there are cuter circle ones that I really want.
I saw this on Instagram and I immediately had to have it. I went searching for it everywhere. And I'm so excited to use it.
I'm not really a person that's super into like designer stuff or like fancy cars or anything like that, but I really like to spend money on things that smell good. Like, you should see my candle collection. It's stupid. That's another thing. Tauruses like to collect things, and I am such an example of that. I used to collect makeup. I've collected perfumes because we love scent so much. Tea, my mug collection. Animals, clearly, since I have 6. When we like something, we like to have more than one of them and build up a collection. We are actually ruled by the planet of Venus, which is all about the 5 senses. In Greek mythology, Venus was a woman who was all about life indulgences and getting herself things that she wanted and to experience life in the best way possible. Taste, touch, smell, you know, it's all about experience with a Taurus. They want to experience the best foods that there are. They want to taste different types of wines, and we like variety. We like our experiences to even be visually appealing. We like to travel. Even touch is very important to us. For me, I love blankets. Like, I guarantee you, if you're a Taurus out there, you've probably bought a throw blanket at least once. All I love in life is a soft blanket, a movie night with my closest friends only, a glass of wine, some good food, and a relaxing environment. A soft animal to touch doesn't hurt, and one of those soft blankets and a candle, and I am good to go. We're just all about these indulgences, and we are all about taking time to go through life and experience things. We like to watch movies, we like TV, we like actors and comedians, and we really find value in performance. And that might mean, as a Taurus, you are a performer yourself, whether that's music, maybe you're in the band, playing an instrument or something, dancing. I used to be a dancer. Any type of self-expression in an artistic way is often very appealing to a Taurus, especially even art. You know, like I said, Leonardo da Vinci was a Taurus. But one thing that anyone who has a Taurus in their life knows is that even though we do like to reward ourselves for hard work with material objects, sometimes when I feel like I've been working really hard, I like to buy myself a candle. But we will not spend a dime if we are strapped for money, because we are all about financial security. So when we do spend, there's always a good amount in our savings. We're always being responsible with it. We are very just responsible with money. And oftentimes Tauruses are entrepreneurs because they want to be in control of their own work, because Tauruses do not like to buy things unless they have earned it. Oftentimes they're saving money from a young age. I mean, I started my own business when I was in 6th grade. It ran for 5 years. I'll talk about it later, but I basically started like a small dance school in my neighborhood, and I saved up a ton of money and bought myself a car. I've always been a huge saver. I've always had a savings account. So sometimes we don't even know when to stop working.
I spend so much of my time inside this building working on the show.
Like, we can get into these modes where we just work, and that's all we really care about, and it's really bad, and that normally comes with financial stress. And in the business world, we like to play fair. We don't lie, we don't scheme. I know for a fact I am one of the most honest people that I've ever known, like almost to a fault where I'm telling people too much. Like, I don't know when to stop telling people things. Tauruses really are great friends. They are loyal as hell.
I fell in love with you because I know how good you are and how loyal you are.
You oftentimes won't find a Taurus cheating because we are committed, and we are very, very loyal to the people that we love. And sometimes Taurus won't even give up on a bad and toxic relationship because they want it to work so badly that they will keep trying, even though they've been hurt over and over again. If they've been loyal to someone, if they've decided they're loyal, they're just gonna keep trying to somehow pull something out of it. It's oftentimes a big issue for us is realizing when someone else that we have let into that circle is not being a good friend back, or the relationship is, you know, one way. It's very hard for us to let go, but when we do, you're cut out. Eventually we're just over you, and you probably won't hear from us much. But Tauruses are really good friends. They truly value other people's friendships. Since we value material objects so much, we love to buy things for other people. We are very generous. We think so much about gifts that we give people. We think about them for weeks. I know I do. I like have gift lists going for next Christmas already. We're incredibly dependable. If we promise you we're gonna pick you up from the airport, we will be there unless some horrible natural disaster happens or we run out of gas or something crazy. We're never just gonna forget about it and not show up. We are sometimes not the most physically affectionate people, but we are always affectionate in our own way. It might be in the form of taking care of you in some way, making you something, cooking for you, hosting you. Tauruses are often great hosts, but they sometimes have trouble expressing their love, and so people around them sometimes feel like they don't care about them or love them because they just can't put it into words as much as they can put it into actions. But we really are true romantics to the core. There is definitely a very sensitive and deep side to a Taurus that isn't often shown, and most people wouldn't realize how emotional and sensitive we are. People may not know how romantic our mind is. However, in relationships, Tauruses can have issues with being controlling and possessive because we like things to be so permanent, and we also like to own things, tangible things. We sometimes try to own people, and I have to admit to it because I have gotten very possessive of boyfriends. They are so afraid of losing things and things changing that they're very constantly worried about keeping everything the same, and sometimes that comes across as very controlling to the people around them. Taurus can be slow moving, like I said, and also kind of lazy, meaning it takes a lot to get a Taurus to go to the gym. I have to say it, you know, I do work out, but it is hard for me. Like, I worked out this morning and man, I came up with about every excuse I could to try to not go, but I eventually just forced myself to go. I try to do yoga every morning, and almost every morning I find myself mentally trying to get out of it because I just want to lay in bed a little longer. We can be really, really lazy and total homebodies. Like, I definitely can be like that. Taurus is ruled by the throat. In fact, the symbol of a Taurus, it's like a circle with a little horseshoe type symbol on top of it, not even close to a horseshoe, but that actually represents the head and the neck. And oftentimes Taurus have issues with their throats. They're more susceptible to any type of throat disease, throat cancer, laryngitis, strep throat. Maybe they get colds more often, or they have a bad immune system with that. They oftentimes can have thyroid issues, or what I have, which is Hashimoto's disease, and it makes your thyroid, as you can see, mine sticks out, and people love to write me mean comments about it. My thyroid is swollen all the time because of my autoimmune disorder. But on the bright side of that, Tauruses oftentimes have soothing voice. We're told that we're good talkers, speakers, good at explaining things, maybe a good singing voice.
Just give me till then,
or someone who has a good voice for radio, something like that. But all you really need to know about a Taurus is that if you have one in your life, they will always be there for you. They're good friends. They are super, super loyal. We will stick up for you, we will fight for you, and we will always be there for you. So if you are a Taurus, let me know what you thought of this video. If you know a Taurus, let me know what you thought of this video. And if you're interested in getting any Taurus merch, there will be a link in the cards to my shop as well in the description box. But that's it for me today, guys. Bernie, what's up, man? Where were you? But I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will see you next time.